Hello everyone, Ryan here with Product Impressions. I know it's been a while since I've had a video on here, just the holidays and dealing with some familial health concerns, which thankfully, while not caused by the pandemic, were kind of made more difficult to deal with by virtue of being in a pandemic. This also involved me traveling a fair amount for the last month and a half, a lot of time away from home. While I was away from home, I tried, I'm very much accustomed to multiple monitors with my computer, so as you can tell, and as I've covered in this channel, I was cut down to just my laptop screen, both with my work computer and with my personal computer. I tried downloading an app called Duet, which it works as far as it allows you to use a tablet as a second screen. It works okay. It connects over a Wi-Fi connection, so the connection is a little bit jerky. The touchscreen still functions, so that's nice. I mean, there are good sides to it. It doesn't cost very much. But it only works with my personal computer because the work computer has a lot of additional safety protocols and all of that, where it wouldn't let me download the software to put on there, wouldn't connect to the tablet in the first place. So all of that being said, I figured that I'm still probably going to have to be doing a fair amount of driving around, and I realized that my main job lets me work from home. There's no reason why I can't do more traveling. So, in order to solve all of this, I decided to try out a portable monitor. This is a 15.6-inch monitor from LePow. I started looking on Amazon. This was one of the top-rated bestseller ones. It's definitely a larger screen that comes on either of my laptops, so we are going to pop this thing open, see how it works. All right, here we have the box for the monitor. Not a whole lot to show you. As you can tell, it's just the brand name on a white background. And we flip it over, you can see 15.6-inch screen, connects with HDMI or USB Type-C, and has a headphone jack. So I assume that means there are speakers in here. Not a whole lot of other information on here. I guess the Z1 series, if that actually matters to anyone. And it seems to be pretty typical for Chinese products selling online here in the States. Let's go ahead and pop this thing open. Not a lot to see yet. Got some foam padding on there. Looks like we've got power brick, and it is supposed to come with a USB-C cord, which there it is. I'm gonna have to see if it works with Type-C to Type-C to work with my personal laptop. But yeah, we're gonna see. Got a screen protector here apparently. Normal paperwork. Hey, plug it in, use a monitor stand. Thank you. Alright, let's try and get this thing out of here. There we go. And here we have, there is a Type-C to Type-C cable down underneath, and also the HDMI to mini HDMI to connect the actual screen. So, let's move that out of the way. And it seems like good size, very lightweight. This obviously isn't real leather or anything, but it feels pretty nice. And looks like, there we go. There is the screen. Got some more plastic to try and protect the screen, which is fine on there for right now. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Here we have the mini HDMI port, Type-C, and headphone jack, and it looks like there are some speakers built in here. There's across the top, nothing, and on the other side we have another Type-C. I did see that this should be able to put power through, so I'm very interested in trying that because my personal computer only has Type-C ports on there, so this will let me both connect this and keep it charging, which would be fantastic. A volume knob and the power switch, which you can see they have labels on there. And Same on the other side. HDMI, USB port, and headphone jack. And of course, nothing across the bottom. Alright, let's hook it up and see how it works. I've been trying for a while now to get this screen protector on here. It is cut to fit completely perfectly, but as you can see here, when you are putting it on, you will have air bubbles everywhere. So yeah, nice that it's included, not exactly the most useful thing. And yes, I know you could try to like flatten out edges with a credit card and stuff like that, push out the air bubbles, but I'm not sure if it's coming through. Yeah, there we go. You can see there's actually a flaw in the protector already anyway, so it would never be perfect. So yeah, I'm just not going to use that. I'll just be careful when I'm carrying this thing around. Alright, here we have it set up with my personal computer, and I wasn't sure if it would actually work just connecting it to the computer on top of the docking station that I have here. But apparently it does, and now I have 4 monitors all running through here. I'm definitely not going to keep running this kind of setup because I have noticed that even running 3 monitors, Netflix gets a little choppy, things like that. So I don't think that my computer has the capacity to run anything graphics intensive at all while 4 screens are going. In any case, I'm shocked that it actually works, and it is connected just through the single Type-C cable, which you see kind of going through the monitor over there, and it runs around, connects to this side. I initially connected it to the power side, and that did not really work. The display did come on, so it was getting power through the computer, but it just said no signal was detected. But apparently you can get power and signal through the USB-C on the other side there. I haven't actually tried this yet, but let's see if the pass-through power works. So we are going to disconnect the power from the computer, which also disconnected it from the docking station and everything. And connecting the power there. Let's see what we can see. Well, it says that it is fully charged, and it has the icon there that looks like it is actually getting power through the monitor. So, pass-through power works well enough to charge a laptop at the same time. Not too shabby. Alright everyone, I've had this monitor for a little over a week now, and while I haven't been doing any traveling in that time, I do expect there will be some in the next few weeks. Some of the realizations that I did have with using this, initially I was a little bit frustrated because I was like, man, I cannot get this thing to stand up. Normally you kind of fold the cover into a triangle shape to make a stand for whatever it is, but that doesn't work with this. I even went so far as to order a separate little stand to put it on, anticipating I would need that for when I used it, but then I actually had to use it for work because I, despite having all of this screen space, had to make uniform addressing of comments across 6 different documents and had to make sure that every comment in one was addressed in all of the other ones. So I needed all the screen space I could get. I connected this as well, ended up having 4 monitors, and only then did I realize that if you fold the cover all the way back, you can pop it away from the base and it stays connected at the top, and in that way you have a stand. So no need to buy an external stand. You can stand this thing up as long as you're okay with it being flat on whatever surface you're working on. Second thing that I noticed, initially when I connected this and moved documents to it and everything looked a little bit fuzzy. That was just a matter of the display settings. This thing defaults in your computer settings to having everything displayed at 150%. That makes text, yes, it looks bigger, but it's not clearer. It just makes things a little bit fuzzier. So you can get a pretty sharp image just by telling it to be 100% instead of 150% of the normal size. I did try connecting this to both my Android phone and tablet. Neither one works with this. You can have power go through this into the phones, but you won't actually see a second display. Now, that's probably just my devices. I have the Pixel 4a and my tablet is from a company called Blackview. Not a major manufacturer, definitely not like Samsung, where they're trying to make it also able to be functioning with a desktop system. So perhaps with a Samsung Galaxy phone, you might be able to use this and actually have it mirror the screen and show Netflix really big or something like that, if that's what you want to do. That being said, I couldn't try that out. It doesn't work with my stuff. As far as compatibility, it's an external monitor. My personal and work computers are Windows-based, works perfectly well with both. I also have a Mac that I do music recording and things like that on. Connects with that just fine. It needs some adapters because it's an old Mac. It doesn't have Thunderbolt to connect directly to this, but you can still use the display port to go into an adapter to an HDMI to connect to this, blah, blah, blah. It works. So any computer system you want, it's going to work just fine. I am looking forward to actually being able to use this while traveling as it was intended, but for the time being, it works really well. When I bought this, it was about $150. That is a little bit more expensive than you might get a regular monitor, but it is incredibly portable. So that's how thick it is. Yeah. It's definitely larger than a sheet of paper, but, bigger screen. It's got to be bigger, physically bigger. Yeah. In any case, I think it's going to be great for traveling. It works really well with anything that I've connected it to, other than my Android devices. Do I think it's worth the $150 that I paid for it? Probably. I think when they're not on sale, they're like $180, $190, something like that. At that point, yeah, you probably need to kind of weigh your options as to whether or not you really need another monitor for traveling. But if you are going to be traveling and working remotely a fair amount, yeah, it's definitely worth it. The last trip I took a regular monitor, and that definitely takes up a lot more space. It's a lot more to carry. I think this is going to be a lot better than that. So hopefully this review has been helpful to you. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and hopefully I'll see it and be able to respond. It doesn't always happen, but in any case, like, share, subscribe. See you next time.